morning, rise up and shine. Every morning, every brand new morning, in fact, is a brand new opportunity to be better at what you do and to elevate to the very next level. Why don't you get up and go for the day? Thank you for starting your morning with us. This is Good Morning Abuja, reaching you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Neka Igwe. Welcome, and it's a brand new week with awesome opportunities, unlimited possibilities for you if you really want to get up and go for it. We'll start the show as usual every morning with our motivational segment. Coach Didi is standing by and she's talking about you looking into you, the real you in you, and finding out who you are really becoming. Let's take a look.
Who are you becoming this 2025? When you look into the mirror, are you happy with what you see? When you think back from yesterday, are you happy with what you did yesterday? Your experiences yesterday, last week, a month ago. Are you happy with what you are doing? If you are, then that's good. If you're not, what will you do differently? How can you make it work? What's not working? Why is it not working? And how can you make it work? When I look into the mirror, I smile at myself and say, Umi, wallahi kyan hadu. I like you, Umi. I like the woman you've become. I'm not the woman I was 5 years ago, 2 years ago. I'm not even the woman I was last year. And I know I'm not going to be the same woman in the next 5 years. And I like what I see. I like what I do. Do you like where you are in your life? If you don't, do something about it.
All right, welcome back. Many thanks to you there, Coach Didi. Up next is our fitness corner with the general body exercise. Let's get up and go because a moving body is a healthy and productive body.
So good at pretending, keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending, spending time like it was going backwards. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down, diving deeper in the books that we read blind, breathing in and breathing out to get smarter, not working out for me, yeah.
Welcome back. Let's go for a short break. And when we come back, we have interesting discussions up ahead on the show.
Welcome to Young Hearts, where vibrant minds converge to ignite the flame of innovation.
A program designed to inspire, educate.
Join us on a journey of exploration and empowerment on Young Hearts.
At Young Hearts, we believe in the power of youth to shape the future.
Many young people who are very skilled and talented.
Join us as we embark on this transformative journey of discovery and growth.
Join us
Every Monday, 5:30 p.m.
at 5:30 p.m.
on NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us on the show this morning. Well, it's still the beginning of a brand new year and a perfect time to strategize for that business of yours so that you can have wonderful sales. I mean, after all, the essence of every business is profit making. So today I have the privilege of interacting with the very initiatives in this.
Good morning, Neka.
Well,
All right, sales initiative. Let me start off with sales. What sales really entails? We all know sales to be the exchange of goods and
services.
services, usually. Of course, to be the exchange of goods and
Services.
services, usually. Of course, and that starts by you proposing or persuading your potential
Absolutely.
client about your values, your services and benefits. Now it's not all left for your clients now to buy in. But when we're talking about strategy is something that has to do with direction, okay? And initiate about those action with direction, those direction action plans that gives our sales a boost in 2025. It's not just enough for you to just have a particular path or strategies, but it should be a calculated an action that can give you the hallmark of sales, which is meeting your target sales.
Right. What are some of the processes that should involve while trying to develop a sales initiative strategically for different businesses? What are some of the processes that should guide one?
Okay, one of the things is you must identify your customer needs. One of the strategy is not enough. You have a business, your customers' needs should be priority.
Okay.
We have a market so saturated with a lot of products. People are not much more concerned about what the customers need, but are much more considering what profit can I make. Because at the end of the day, value is what money answers to. Money don't answers to names, yes. Money don't answers to brand, it does sometimes. But the one basic hallmark that money answers to is value. So one of the basic things you might want to consider in 2025 is not just to be chasing cloud of money. All right, value is one thing. When you are so valuable at what you do, money will come after you. So that is one of the first thing I think it's very important to take note of. And the second thing I want to make mention of is presenting solutions, because it's not enough for you to be in business. You must be a solution provider.
Okay.
Yes, we have a lot of businesses thriving all in the name of making money, but they are not really targeting what people need, which is happens to be the value now. Still talking about the value. But the second thing now is you must be a solution provider. So your services must be tailored in a way that answers the need of your clients. They will then come for you.
The business world is very saturated.
True.
And I presume that developing sales initiatives should differ from product to product, from industry to industry. Can we look at some of those differences that different entrepreneurs should have in mind?
Okay, when we talk now, let's talk about the key strategies that we might want to consider when it comes to building these strategies. Now, one of the first thing is, I believe every business should have a minimum of 7 strategies. There are a lot of tons of strategies that you can be able to involve in when it comes to building your brand. But one of the things you might want to consider in this year 2025 is know your customers.
Okay.
Know your customers. A lot of people, truly, there is a gap between the goods or services and the end users, which happens to be the customers. But you see, this year, one of the things, even as a businessman, I made it a point of my duty to be more intentional, pay attention to my customers, my clients. What exactly do they want? What's their pain points? What's their gain point? All of these are the things I thought for once will be very important. Now, the second thing I also want to talk about is value proposition. While building those strategies, value proposition have to be in place. What does my customer stand to gain? All right. What does my customer stand to gain? How will I be able? Because we are living in a competitive world right now.
Yes.
The competition is very, very high. We have various brands, even in all sector. So you really need to stand out in this very season. Standing out, offering quality values and whatnot.
Talking about different brands everywhere, that brings me to brand identity. There are so many different diverse products in the market. Like, for instance, if I wanted to buy a detergent, I have an array of brands to choose from. Same goes to cosmetics
Sure.
and hair and wears. How as an entrepreneur, how am I supposed to keep my brand identity unique to myself, and making sure that I sustain that quality that my customers know me for over the years?
I give you an instance. Is one I know, of course, the millennials and the other generations will definitely know that it has come a long way
Since we were babies.
since when we were babies. And up to today, we can't just get enough of this very one brand. What really have been their secret? Now, when it comes to sales, we are living in a fast evolving world. And it's very important for you as a salesperson, as a businessman, to get to terms with real times. Time is shifting, we are transitioning. It is very risky for a salesperson, a CEO, a businessman, or whatever you do, for you to be left back when time is ahead. So you might want to catch up with real time strategies. We have a whole lot of them. AI is here, all right? Building machines, all sort of things are here to assist and help businesses grow. So one of the things when it comes to branding is that look out for the your target audience, the category of people you're dealing with. Where are they at this very dispensation? And curate policies, curate product and services that aligns with their needs and offer it to them. And they will definitely appreciate it. Nestle have transitioned from one level to another. You could, if you talk about Golden Morn, of course, for the babies now, they love it so well. Maggie season cubes, of course, they are product of Nestle and countable others. Dangote is one person that is also emulating such when it comes to branding in alignment with real times now. Dangote has started from various, and he's one household producer that we can talk of right now, that he has also been following that consistency, that record of rebranding and branding. So branding is not a one size fits all thing. It is something that have to be put in check and in place from time to time through research and development. You research what the real time is and you develop and curate solutions in line with real times.
Interesting. The COVID, let me take us a little bit back. The COVID-19 era opened us up to a whole new type of marketing strategies. You know, people now stay in the comfort of their homes and on their WhatsApp, on their pages, Facebook pages, and Instagram and what have you. And they're raking these sales. And all. Talk to me about the advent of technology
Okay.
to I mean, I know the young people want to hear about this.
Absolutely. Whether we like it or not, we are living in a fast developing pace technology world right now. Business have moved from the conventional to technology. So it's very important for business owners, for sales representatives, for CEOs, as far as you're a brand, to also pay attention to the social media. LinkedIn, for instance. LinkedIn is one professional body that also houses professionals in doing business. But I think for one, it's more like LinkedIn have been underutilized in Nigeria. Because when I go to LinkedIn, I see what I'm seeing is not as expected. But let me give an instance. Facebook, when it comes to business, I see it as if it's only entertainment that thrive more. My business also thrive more on Facebook. But when given an instance of, let's say, priority or vastness, Facebook is having more shift when it comes to the entertainment order. And I kept asking myself question now, okay, what happened to other brands? Is it that there is a mental shift that people are
mental fashion?
Fashion, yeah, you understand all that now. So, but I feel social media is one vital tool every organization must leverage on to grow. There are several sales tools you can use. There are platforms you can use to be able to, Jumia, for instance. Jumia, these guys have so mastered and crafted the art of social media. And today you can definitely see them utilizing that. We have a whole lot of firms. And even in my company also, we so maximize social media. For instance, our head office is in Lagos. And our client base are gotten from that end there. They make their supplies, their orders, they place their orders, and it's being distributed nationwide to our various agents across Nigeria, including Abuja. So you see if we would definitely want to hold back to the conventional, we would definitely go far. But today we can see that in Abuja, we can have tons of requests and orders in a day that the normal conventional won't give us. But one of the things, let me just take it also a little bit step. Social media is not here to also make us to fold our hands. It should make us work better. Because one of the things that social media does is that it's okay for people to know your brand, but let your quality and value also keep you there. For instance, I want to talk about referrals now.
Okay.
When it comes to customer services now,
Yes.
my company, our company right now, we have customers that place order online or the request for our services online, and some might just get referred because of the quality of service they enjoyed from from our brand. They just felt, okay, you know what? I know about these guys in town. They do this, they do this. How about you give them a trial? We didn't get to the end till there, but we were able to communicate to some set of people. Now they were satisfied with our services, heading on to other people, referring us. And I can tell you that major chunk of our sales have been from referrals, not even from our server to server.
Fresh customers.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
that's interesting. A very interesting discourse here on the program this morning. We will take a short break, and when we come back, there's a whole lot more to learn from. Don't go anywhere.
This is Call the Police.
Live on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
The least you and I can do is to assist them by making security our primary concern.
To those who seek to disrupt the tranquility of the FCT, I send a clear and resolute message. My tenure will be marked by a zero-tolerance approach to all forms of crimes and criminality.
When there's a court order that restricts them to Mushu Abiola Stadium, they ought to obey that law. But because the FCT Police Command were prepared, we were proactive, we were able to manage within the ambit of the law.
Security is everyone's business. This is why NTA Channel 5 Abuja is collaborating with the FCT Police Command in providing a weekly platform for up-to-date security check in the FCT. Join us for the real information every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station.
Welcome back. It's still Good Morning Abuja, and we're talking about how to develop strategic business initiatives for the new year. Mr. Daniel, I know that there are challenges that may come up from entrepreneur to entrepreneur when it comes to developing and sustaining a strategic sales initiative. Talk to me about some of these challenges.
All right. Thank you so much, Neka. Once again, there have to be challenges in everything you do. And it's all up for you to brace up your game and face the challenges right now. One of the things I tend to see is rejection and objection. Rejection and objection is one thing most people might think as, but it's a normal thing when it comes to business. I have been to spaces that they say, yo, man, I'm interested in this. But one of the things I so much learned about it is I love Brian Tracy very well. When it comes to sales, Brian Tracy influences my sales skills development so very well. And he spoke about something in one of his books, but I don't think it should be a big deal. It should be part of business. It should be part of sales, because you can't just believe everyone to keep telling you yes, 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 yes. Of course, great businesses are known by no. Thomas Edison. Yes, sure. He is one person that embodied resilience amidst rejection. So if you must thrive in 2025 in business, you must sustain this resilience to combat rejection and objection, because the competition is high. Right. So while you try to put your A game, just have this antibody against rejection, because it will definitely come. But amidst that, keep pushing. And one of the things I also tend to see here is limited resources. A lot of businesses have been, and I want to tell all these limited resources to maybe two ways. One, from the side of small businesses. Venturing into business in Nigeria, you all know it's no joke. It's really a challenging one, because you really need more than enough to start up a business in Nigeria now, considering inflation, naira devaluation. It came in that fallback, should in case. Let's use for instance now. Let me say I am a member of the Toastmasters International. All right, yes. Toastmasters have been in existence for over 100 years, and I'm still counting. The founder of Toastmaster, Ralph Smedley, is no more alive. He died 1957 or 1959, thereabout. But because of his quality, clear, vision-driven goal, it was actually a vision, a long term, something that has even outlived him. And Toastmasters is becoming even more stronger as the day goes by, even without the presence of the business owner. So a lot of businesses are not looking at the bigger board. We tend to just settle for the now and how it can just sort out the now. And that's why a whole lot of businesses they don't live to outlive their owner. They get to outlive the owner.
Interesting. I mean, it's a new year, and I'm absolutely hoping that new businesses will, be floated and thrive. Because for someone wanting to break into an already saturated market with their own idea, and they need a very strategic initiatives, for sales and marketing, what should they consider? What should they put in place?
Stay up to date with industry trends. Yes. If you must get in, you must have to stay up to date with industry trends, because a whole lot happen. How would you get into a market you don't know anything about? You have to do your homework. You have to do a background check. You have to be sure of what you have to really research what's going on in the market before you can pitch your tent in there. So that it shouldn't just be as you're just sitting on a gunpowder. Yes. So you have to stay with real time industry trends as far as it's concerned. Build your tent, curate, look at, because one of the things I so much, I'm a student of mentorship. I love mentorship so well. And I so much learn from people. I love to learn from people's experiences, people's mistakes, and whatever, to be able to make myself better. So there are a lot of businesses that are in extinction as we speak right now, because they couldn't match up with trend, they couldn't match up with policies, they couldn't match up with financial demand, match up with organization and other things like that. So, but if you must have a sense of understudying other existing businesses within your niche.
Okay.
Get that straight. Get to know what keep them relevant, what they do, how they started, and also you can start from that very particular point. I think that is one thing. And once you are doing that, do not, and there is also this sense of competitive. It's good to compete, to have a sense of inspiration, but it shouldn't be for competing. For instance, it's going to be a suicidal vision for me to want to start up a business, and I'm comparing myself with Dangote business. It's actually not working. So if you must have a great start for you, number one, keep to pace with the industry trends at the moment. Get to study the terrain, and also don't get scared. Start.
Finally, because of want of time, what would be your final pattern words and advice to would-be people who in sales initiatives and marketing for the new year?
Marketing, sales, business. I love sales very well. Let me just say at a very early is all you need to keep you running. What do you see? Because whether you like it or not, business is the gold mine of the 21st century.
You can say that over again.
Yes. So enough of you. It's good to get a white collar job. It's good to, but you should think, because when you think of business, business affords you a transgenerational sustenance. It's something that your children, your children's children will benefit from. And it also affords you luxury of time, of initiative. So my major takeaway is curate a vision and a mission that is centered around solving people's need. Give them solution, and you will definitely stay relevant in market as long as you want.
Well, I must thank you so much for coming and speaking with us today on the show. It's been very insightful talking with you. Thank you so much. Well, what more can I say there? He said it all. There's a whole lot of money to be made for the year 2025, but it all begins with having strategic initiatives for your sales and, of course, marketing. It's still Good Morning Abuja. We have another interesting discussion coming your way shortly after the break.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts. Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on Good Morning Abuja. Right about now, we're going to have a discussion tailored around the business of food vending, online food vending as a lucrative business. That's what our next discussion is going to be all about. I've been joined on the set by a seasoned chef and an online food vendor herself. Let's welcome my guest, Benedicta Nguamo Emmanuel. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have you here.
Yeah, same here. Nice to be here.
First of all, tell me, how did you develop the interest of becoming a chef, a professional chef for business in the first place?
All right. So, first of all, food business has not really been something that I would say I loved to do. But along the way, I developed a passion for it and I got into it. I started specifically in school because of the nature of course I studied. I was around medical students who would rather buy food than make food. So it was really, really a point of sale for me. And that was how I began. I started with soup bowls, stew bowls, and all of that. I would just do that, and sometimes just get as little as 1,000 naira as gain. But subsequently, after school, it was something I really loved and I really wanted to get into properly and fully. So after school, I waited about a year before my national youth service, and within that time frame, I did a lot of findings, did a lot of business research around the food business, and that was how I started. And it's been good. It's been really, really good.
Would you say it's been rewarding so far?
Yes, especially doing it online. It has really been rewarding for me, and it's something that I believe that every person who has a passion to get into the food business can start off first as an online food business vendor before getting into or starting a walk-in restaurant. I think it's better to start as an online food vendor.
As a food vendor, online food vendor, what are some of the basic things that you have to consider? What are the things you considered, before actually expanding your scope to become an online food vendor? What are the first basic things you took into consideration?
Okay. First of all, of course, there is no business that you can actually start without capital.
True.
So first thing to consider is the finances, right? And especially for the economy right now, I believe that finances should be a major point of focus if you're going to start any kind of business, not just food business. So you should consider your finances. You should consider how big you want your business to be. You should consider what your scope of reach is, right? So first of all, consider your finances. And then second most important thing to consider is your target audience.
Okay.
So what kind of persons do you want to cook for? Do you have dreams of cooking for the president one day?
Okay.
And if you are going to cook for the president, you should consider his age, what kind of dietary plan would be okay and healthy for somebody like the president. For me, I have big dreams, so
It's good to dream big.
I mentioned the president first. But really, you should look at your target audience. Are you going to reach out to students? Are you going to cook for students? Are you going to cook for business people? I mean, working class 9 to 5 persons, because most of them don't really have that time they require to. You go to work, imagine for, okay, this is Abuja, of course, and we don't have some of those issues here, but imagine for someone staying in Lagos, for example. You get up from bed at least 4 a.m., 3 a.m. I had some 3 a.m. and you get to work and your closings come back. You're closing by 5 p.m. Sometimes you get home like past 10 because of the traffic.
Lagos traffic.
Yes, Lagos traffic. But not in Abuja, of course. But even Abuja working class persons need some of those things, like food vendors. A lot of persons love ease. Me, I love anything that makes me at ease.
Okay.
Anything that would remove stress from my
You're for the
life.
comfort.
Yes. And a lot of persons really, really are into that, especially working class persons. So if I consider the time I'll close from the office and then when I'm coming back, of course, I would really need the services of a food vendor. Of course, unless you make your food in bulk and then store for the week, I think the place of a food vendor cannot be overemphasized. So yes, your target audience is also a necessary requirement to look at. Okay, what are the persons around your environment? That is, if you want to cook for persons around your environment, what is the predominant thing they need? What kinds of food? Or are you in a particular environment that has a particular ethnic group, let's say Hausa, for example? Is it something that you would want to get into? Would you like to not just do the regular, you just focus on doing maybe Hausa meals, masa, and all of those things that you know that
I love
the
masa.
I love it too anyway, with the sauce, I love it. Yeah, so you focus on the people around your environment also. So you look at finances and your target audience. These are the most important things to consider when starting a food business, an online food.
Nice. As an entrepreneur,
yes,
how do you make sure that you cut out wastage? The food business is peculiar and you can easily run into wastages. So how do you curb that? Make sure you don't run
profit. One of the ways to maximize profits as a food vendor is you can get you're going back to the market. Maybe this time you've invested your capital. You're going back to the market. Maybe this time you've invested your capital of like 3,000 for rice, and maybe let's say 5,000 for other ingredients and contingencies. That's like 8,000. And you make, let's say, a profit of 1,000 from that particular order. You're going back to the rise. As a matter of fact, there's nothing that has really been on the rise that has dropped recently. It keeps going higher. Nothing that has really been on the rise that has dropped recently. It keeps going higher. It keeps going higher. So buying your foodstuff in bulk would really help you to cut down first on unnecessary expense and then to help you to maximize profits. Now, how to cut down on food wastages as an online food vendor?
Yes.
If you don't have a good method of preservation and food storage, restaurants do. In fact, that's why I think that online food vending is actually the best way or method to start. Of course, you can have a long-term goal of having or owning a working restaurant, but online food vending is a very, and then you have high profits also. So if you ask me, I would say that in order to avoid wastages, you should do your foods based on order. Don't do it in bulk. And
right. As an online food person, how do you leverage technology? And how do you leverage technology to reach new customers and sustain the old ones?
All right. Out that time, a lot of persons didn't know what was possible when it comes to like technology and all. But I like that. I don't exactly like what happened in that period, but I like what it produced. That a lot of persons can now stay. One of the first things to do in leveraging technology, maintaining customers, attracting customers, is that you must have a healthy online presence as a business person, not just the food business. Now, you can't come up online and make one post and then we don't see you again till like 3 months later. You don't have a healthy online presence. And so it's, for me, I'm talking specifically for me, I will not patronize you if I don't see consistency. If I see your post today and I like what you sell, I'm likely to open your profile. and see how recent your other posts have been. So if I see a post today and I open your profile and I'm seeing a post of 2018, I can't trust what you sell. So consistency over time is what builds trust in the online space. You must be consistent. You must be consistent. As a matter of fact, consistency is what helps you to reach a larger target audience. Because as you keep posting, as you keep posting, as you keep being there, and people are seeing you, then now, okay, now if I want to, let's say, order accessories, for example, I just know one place to go to because I have seen consistency. I'm going online today in the morning and I'm seeing your post. I'm coming in the evening. I'm seeing you are just bombarding me, but in summary, what I want to actually say is just be in the faces of people, really.
Put it in your face. Okay,
In
we'll
their
take a
face.
short break and we'll be right back with this insightful, interesting discussion. Please stay with us.
Are you interested in being up to date with the pacey world of sports? Our rebranded Capital Sports is the finest bet for your doing so.
So, join us every Thursday live at 3 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja to talk sports for your viewing pleasure. Remember, you can be a part of this #1 sporting program. Join us on the analysis, views and opinions.
Welcome back. It is still Good Morning Abuja, and we're discussing food vending as a lucrative business. And I have with me here Benedicta Ungwamo Emmanuel. She's the chef. Maybe one day I'll get to taste. All right, let's talk about some of the disadvantages that can come with being an online food vendor and how you think it can be handled, especially with the problem of piracy, copying and pasting. You know, we don't even know the real source of the food you're showing us online. Are they really from your kitchen? You know, and so on and so forth. Tell me about some of these things.
Okay, so first of all,
there's a lot of make believe out there.
Yes, yes. And just because of how you framed your question, I'll just go straight to the point and hit on that. So you see, we have a lot of online food vendors. Abuja specifically, there are a lot. And then when we talk about Nigeria as a whole, there are a lot of food vendors. And I think one of the challenges that we face is a lot of lazy, sorry to use the word, but I think it's really a level of laziness for a food vendor to not want to make an original copy of what they do. So one of the challenges we face is most times people want to put out something there, but they don't want to do what it requires to get that. So they look for pictures of food, photoshops. In fact, some people go as far as generating AI images. That is not authentic. It's not authentic. And one of the ways to curb this challenge is that I believe, okay, for some persons, let me make this excuse for some persons that they don't have access to gadgets that make their meals or whatever it is they do stand out or look excellent.
Cameras.
Yes, quality cameras and all. I would advise, if I was given a chance to, that for such persons, you have a community of friends, you have a community of family members, and there is no way everybody in your community is at the same level as you are. There are persons that are higher, and there are persons that have this thing you are looking for. Draw close to them, have an arrangement, make an arrangement, something. Okay, I'm going to make this food today, I'm trying to make this order today. Can you just come around? Let's make some videos, take some pictures, and all of that. You can do that. You can actually do that instead of stealing other people. Sorry. So instead of doing that, you can actually work with people. As a matter of fact,